between the coffee rings and scattered ink. I watch the way the shadows stretch their limbs before the morning has a chance to blink. We build a scaffold out of quiet habits, tracing patterns on each other's palms. The silence isn't empty anymore. It carries every storm and every calm. I see the silver threading through your temple, a map of everywhere that we have been. The questions that I never thought to ask, according to the texture of your skin. We don't need the frantic pace of fever to prove the marrow hasn't turned to stone. There is a gravity in how we lean into the spaces that we've always known. Give me the truth without the polished edges, the raw and honest marrow of the day. I'm pouring out the thoughts I usually swallow, watching all the armor melt away. It isn't just the lightning in the blood, it's how the steady embers keep their light. I'm speaking what the heart has always felt, in the candid clarity of white. Give me the truth without the polished edges, the raw and honest marrow of the day. I'm pouring out the thoughts I usually swallow, watching all the armor melt away. It isn't just the lightning in the blood, it's how the steady embers keep their light. I'm speaking what the heart has always felt, in the candid clarity of white. The clock is ticking, but it isn't judging how long it takes to find the proper word. There's beauty in the clumsy way we stumble before the deepest melody is heard. You're standing by the window in the gray, a silhouette of everything I need. I'm harvesting a harvest of the years, from every tiny accidental seed. We are the people that we were at 20. The mirrors show a different kind of grace, but I still recognize the spark of fire beneath the lines that decorate your face. It's heavy work to keep a promise living, to breathe into the lungs of what is old. But I would rather have this weathered iron than any shiny piece of hollow gold. Give me the truth without the polished edges, the raw and honest marrow of the day. I'm pouring out the thoughts I usually swallow, watching all the armor melt away. It isn't just the lightning in the blood, it's how the steady embers keep their light. I'm speaking what the heart has always felt, in the candid clarity of white. The morning dust settles on the windowsill, where the ghost of a smile remains perfectly still. You told me the maps were all drawn in the sand, but the tide swept the keys right out of your hand. The clock on the mantle has run out ignoring the silence and cheating on death. I stepped through the frame and I left it behind, the heavy illusions that cluttered my mind. Take a seat on the stairs while the sky turns to slate. There is nothing to gain from a soul full of hate. The letters you burn left a stain on my floor, but nobody's knocking on that hollow door. You weave all your sorrows into a fine gown and wear it like iron while the sun flickers down. The mirror is cracked, but the vision is clear. There is no use in keeping a permanent fear, and so thunder rolls through the hollows of your head. Better to wake up than to sleep among the dead. Don't turn your head to the shadow on the wall, standing up right before the inevitable fall. Carry the fire and leave the ashes in the tray. There is a sunrise waiting to burn the grief away. Don't look back in anger at the way the river flows. Only the wind and the wandering spirit knows. And so the thunder rolls through the hollow of your head. Better to wake up than to sleep among the dead. Don't turn your head to the shadow on the wall, standing up right before the inevitable fall. Carry the fire and leave the ashes in the tray. There is a sunrise waiting to burn the grief away. Don't look back in anger at the way the river flows. Only the wind and the warring spirit knows. The poets are begging for one more line. The vineyard is heavy with soured wine. You can't mend a canyon with a needle and thread, or reclaim the phrases that were never said. The statues are melting in the heat of the noon, but the harvest is coming under a pale moon. Put down the anchor and look the ship sail beyond the horizon where the memories fail. The street lamps are blinking like tired old eyes, watching the truth pull away from the lies. I saw you leaning against the cold stone, learning to walk through the canyon alone. Keep your feet on the gravel and your eyes on the peak. The strength of the quiet is the power you seek. The ledger is balanced, but that has been paid in the soft night where the bitterness starts to fade. And so the thunder rolls through the hollows of your head. Better to wake up than to sleep among the dead. Don't turn your hold to the shadow on the wall, standing up right before the inevitable fall. Carry the fire and leave the ashes in the tray. There is a sunrise waiting to burn the grief away. Don't look back in anger at the way the river flows. The asphalt snakes through the dust of dead-end towns, where the ghosts of brothers trade their tarnished crowns. I watched the horizon bleed until the light turned gray. Counted every mile that took the easy choices away. My boots are heavy with the red clay of the road, bearing the weight of an unwritten holy code. They offered me a seat at the table of the blind, to leave the jagged edges of my restless heart behind. But I'd rather starve on the truth of a bitter gale than steer my vessel with a borrowed tattered sail. The map they drew was a circle carved in stone, decided to walk alone. The shadows stretch long across the valley floor. I ain't knocking on that hollow wooden door. Let the thunder roll its dice against the sky. I'm the only one who knows the reason why. I pulled the sun down just to see the sparks fly. I watched the seasons and the false prophets pass. When the pocket full of holes and the spirit gone stray, I carved the jagged path of my own way. The billboards scream of a paradise for sale, but the pain is killing and the promises are frail. I've seen the giants stumble on their gold as a fiend, while the hungry poets find the music in the streets. There's a fever in the wind that calls my name. Hey, and I'm the only one who refuses to play the game. The shadows stretch long across the valley floor. I ain't knocking on that hollow wooden door. Let the thunder roll its dice against the sky. Why I pulled the sun down just to see the sparks fly. I told the silence I wouldn't live a lie. No master's hand to steady the shaking glass. I watched the seasons and the false prophet pass. With a pocket full of holes and a spirit gone stray, I carved the jagged path of my own way. Where we used to stand, the heavy weight of winter turns the soil to sand. I saw your shadow flicker by the garden gate. A ghost of every word we spoke a little too late. Now the clock is ticking like a hammer on a nail. The light is growing thin and the morning looks pale. I've tracked your footprints through the valley of the pines, searching for the cadence in the spaces between lines. You had a silver button and a ribbon in your hair, but the wind took the sand and it left the branches bare. There is no map to find a place where we went wrong, just the hollow ringing of a forgotten song. Yeah, one more time before the curtain hits the floor. Give me one more key to open up the iron door. Let the river rise until it overflows the banks. I am standing in the current, giving out my thanks for the chance to look into the center of the plain and hear the silent mountains calling out your name. Yeah, 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 yeah. In the hallway, folding up the hands. The ships are losing anchor, drifting toward the sands. I don't need a prophet or a crystal ball to see that the only thing withholding is the part of you and me. Throw the heavy baggage in the bottom of the lake. There is nothing left to lose and nothing left to take. Preacher in the pulpit is speaking of the end, but I'm only looking for the hand of a friend. The iron rails are humming with the coming of the train, and the thirsty earth is drinking up the first drop of rain. I walked 1,000 miles in a pair of borrowed shoes, with a heart that's getting tired of paying all its dues. So meet me where the highway turns into a narrow track, where the future is a burden and there is no looking back. The stars are scattered seeds across a field of velvet black, and the only thing I'm missing is the piece I can't get back. The moon is just a sliver of a broken china plate, telling me it's never quite as simple as it's fate. The bells are ringing in the tower across the bay, telling all the travelers to find another way. But I am staying rooted like a cedar in the clay, waiting for the words that I didn't get to say. Yeah, yeah, one more time before the curtain hits the floor. Give me one more key to open up the iron door. Let the river rise until it overflows the banks. I am standing in the current, giving out my thanks for the chance to look into the center of the flame and hear the silent mountains calling out your name. Tracks where the freight trains used to moan. You bury your hands in the charcoal soil and wait for a sign of your own. The sky is a sheet of bruised tin pressing down on the valley floor. But there is a movement in the quiet mud that wasn't there ever before. Junkyard now, with their pockets full of hollow dice. The gamblers are praying for a sudden flood to wash away the frozen pipes. You pull your collar against the gale that smells like the coming of a rain. There is a hammer striking in your chest to break the heavy iron chain. Rise up like the river through the cracked stone wall. Rise up. watching how the smoke forgets the flame so fast. You sit there weighing out the silence in your cup, waiting for a door that I can't open up. The goal is just a hollow coin tossed in the yard. And staying honest shouldn't have to be this hard. I got a suitcase full of paths I didn't take, and a weary heart that isn't yours to break. I don't want to talk about it. The words are only stones inside my mouth. I don't want to talk about it. The wind is blowing steady from the south, and if I stay or if I go, there is nothing left that you don't already know. I don't want to talk about it. The light is fading gray upon your face. I don't want to talk about it. There is no winner in this lonely race. And if I stay or if I go, there is nothing left that you don't already know. We've been dancing on the edge of something thin, looking for a place where the repair begins. But the ink is dry and the ledger's finally closed, like a summer garden buried in the snow. I'm just a traveler with a heavy coat to wear, moving through the thickness of the evening air. I don't want to talk about it. The words are only stones inside my mouth. I don't want to talk about it. The wind is blowing steady from the south, and if I stay or if I go, then there's something left that you don't already know. I don't want to talk about it. The light is fading gray upon your face. I don't want to talk about it. There is no winner in this lonely race. And if I stay or if I go, there is nothing left that you don't already know. The reflection in the mirror is a stranger today. Lines marked by every mile I took to find your door. I am a map of broken bridges and dusty highways, holding nothing back from the storm that is coming. I left the safety of the silence to hear you breathe. Take the pride I wore like a heavy winter coat, lay it on the floor where the moonlight spills its milk. Every secret I kept like a stone in my pocket, I am dropping them one by one into the deep, until there is only the pulse of my true name left. Take the marrow and the ghost and the gold. Take the stories that I never should have told. I am an open legend with nothing left to hide. The sum of my heart is standing by your side. The whole of the wreckage and the beauty that survives, I give it all until the morning light arrives. My hands are empty, but they are finally wide open. I am not a fortress anymore, just a field of grass. You can walk through the ruins or plant a new garden. There is no corner where the shadows still remain. I have burned the bridges that led back to who I was. Even the scars are part of the gift I bring. They are the stitches that hold the soul together. I do not person searching for a missing part. I am a full vessel pouring itself out at your feet. Total surrender is the only way I know how to love. Take the narrow and the ghost and the gold. Take the stories that I never should have told. I am an open ledger with nothing left to hide. The sum of my heart is standing by your side. All of the wreckage and the beat that survived, I give it all until the morning light alive. Take the narrow and the ghost and the gold. Take the stories that I never should have told. I'm an open ledger with nothing left to hide. The sum of my heart is standing by your side. All of the wreckage and the booty that survived, I feel it all until the morning light dies. The dust settles on the windowsill of time. A heavy silence climbs the jagged white stairs. I count the shadows dancing in the silver frost, tracing the outline of a face no longer there. The window pane is cold against my burning brow, searching for a flicker in the vast gray dome. The padlock on the garden gate is rusted shut. The willow boughs beneath the weight it cannot hold. Every hollow footstep leads me further out into the valley where the morning turns to gold. Beyond the indigo where the constellations fade, I wonder if you recognize the ghost I have become. Would you reach across the border of the light to steady hands and tremble like a frantic drum? If we met among the marble clouds in endless glass, would you know my name before the seasons pass? I carry bricks of memory to build a bridge across the canyon where the heavy spirits drift. The calendar is bleeding leaves upon the floor, a bitter price for such a brief and holy gift. I find your laughter hidden in the hollow reeds, echoing through chambers of a chest of bone. The river doesn't ask the mountain for a path. The granite does a weep when winter cracks the stone. Every breath I borrow is a debt to gravity, until I find the strength to walk this road alone. Beyond the indigo where the constellations fade, I wonder if you recognize the ghost I have become. Would you reach across the border of the light to steady hands that tremble like a frantic drum? If we met among the marble clouds and endless blast, would you know my name before seasons pass? The golden grain is heavy in the fields of June. A shadow stretches long across the afternoon. A locomotive panting by the water tank. A silver coin is sliding down a muddy bank. I'm leaning on the railing of a wooden gate, just wondering if the engine's running late. The dusty road is leading to a distant town, where every brick and window pane is looking down. A pair of hawks, his ribbons and his rusty knives, the ghosts of many husbands and their weary wives. I'm folding up a letter from a year ago, waiting for the river in your eyes to flow. Stay with me when the moon is hanging like a broken shoe. Stay with me while the sky is changing to a deeper blue. The highway is a ribbon of 1,000 lives, but I can see the morning in your quiet side. A broken clock is ticking on the mantelpiece. The barking of the neighbor's dog will never cease. The clouds are building castles for the summer rain, to wash away the sorrow and the heavy stain. I've got a pocket full of copper and a tin, but you're the only kingdom that I'm living in. The wind is blowing cold across the iron bridge. A hawk is circling slowly o'er the rocky ridge. The circus tents are folded and the clowns are gone. The dancers have been sleeping since the crack of dawn. I'm standing in the doorway with the heavy key, searching for the person that I used to be. The stars are only holes punched in a velvet sheet. The sound of heavy boots along the cobblestone street. The winter is a predator that's hunting near, but I can feel the ending of the lonely year. Stay with me when the moon is hanging like a broken shoe. Stay with me while the sky is changing to a deeper blue. The highway is a ribbon of 1,000 lives. The morning gray spills through the broken glass, where your ghost still sits in shadows cast. I found a note from that night in the rain. Your peppermint scent still haunted the frame. You built a home with a fence strong and tall, planted roots where my walls used to fall. Traded the storm for a fire's warm glow, while I chase echoes of long ago. Dust collects on the books left unread. Time moves on, but my heart stays misled. I'm the wound that refuses to heal. You're the one who learned how to feel. Someone like you knows the way to chasing the light in your eyes before we sank beneath goodbye. May you find peace I failed to show, safe from where no shadows grow. Someone like you knows how love burns as embers fade, where the cold you turn. The weight of the years, how one wrong turn drowned hope in tears. I'm still chasing the light in your eyes before we sank beneath